If you happen to see the replay of this, that means you're already a patron. So you'll understand that I need to get things set up because using the Ecamm Live and doing a patron only live stream is a little tricky. Because the first thing I need to do is get the link from the video. Okay, good. All right, it started. So I can get the link. Perfect. Now I can post it over in the Patreon post. If it lets me copy the link, maybe I'll cut the link and then should have no problem with copying, right? Okay, so now I can say it's for patrons only and I can say publish it now. All right, publish it now. Okay. Now I can go over to Facebook and give you guys the link. Do, 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 do. Okay, so I don't want to close out Facebook yet, just in case one of you guys messages me. I'll put that with another tab though. And I got to check to see if any of you guys are here. If you're here, please type into the chat. Oh, which I just remembered that I didn't pop the chat. Oh, you got, oh gosh, no. People are here. How did you guys find me? It's supposed to be unlisted video. My bad. Oh, no, that's okay, Rob Fuzz. You guys are here. You're here. It's okay. I think you need to set the access in the lower third to unlisted. I did set it to unlisted, Rob. That's, yeah. It's okay, though. If you guys are here, you're here. That's different. Okay. And I'm going to go back over here and make sure that I set it as unlisted, even though I know I did. Yes. Have privacy as unlisted. And it's okay, though. You guys that are here, I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. All right. So I'm just going to show you that I do have it marked as unlisted. Just so you guys will know that that doesn't always work. And I didn't just do this. See, it's unlisted. I didn't just do this. I didn't just change it to unlisted. I did it about 15 minutes ago because I wanted to make sure I cleared the decks, right, of everything. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. You live and learn. And I probably just shouldn't use Ecamm at all for these, but I want to share something on my phone, so... And hey, it's a holiday. You guys that are here, that are live, it's fine. All right, so hang on. Let me get my ducks back into a row here. They were in a row. See, I got all discombobulated when I saw you guys were here. So let me go back to camera only. There I am. All right, so now I can go back on the back end and grab that chat and pop it out. Pop out the chat. All right, so if you want to hang, Carnal is here, Rob is here, and I did see Gord. Hey, Gord, if you guys are here, that's fine. Great to see ya. It's live restart. No, that's okay. I'm not going to restart. It's not that serious. Like I said, you know, there's only a handful of you guys here, and then you guys get a chance to see what the patron-only live streams are like. How's that? And I have already given the patrons the link in a Facebook group. But, I mean, I realize that it's an off time. Now, the replay, of course, will only be available for the patrons. Okay? So, let me start off with... Oh, good. Larry's here. Hey, Larry. Larry, I just showed previously, and I don't think you were here when I showed that, this was set to be patrons only. And I mean, to be unlisted, but it went live anyway. So another thing that I need to do behind the scenes, guys, is I need to make an adjustment to my Nightbot, because one of the first things a Nightbot tells you to do is to become a patron, and there's no need for me to say that, right? So, and in fact, I'll show you guys what I'm doing here, because a lot of you haven't seen the Nightbot before, and he's pretty cool. I think he's cool, but sometimes he gets in my way, and I don't like when he gets in my way. Nope. Oh, see, he's there already. Oh, you Nightbot. And I shared the wrong screen. That's okay. I meant to show the Nightbot logs. See, this is why I use the Nightbot, guys. This is the primary reason why I use this Nightbot, because all the chat, everything that you guys are saying gets saved over here in the logs. And it is a free tool, right? So, why not use it? But where I get messed up, or I messed up myself, is with these timers. And it takes a while to get to know how these timers need to be tweaked. So right now, the only thing that's enabled is the welcome message, which is fine. But that welcome message is going to play every 25 minutes. So what I'm going to do is also disable that. Now, where the Nightbot kind of got out of hand the other day, and I keep meaning, I need to write myself a note to go apologize to Eric Young, because it moderated comments, and they happened to Rob Fuzz too, and all he was doing was using caps. And for some reason, the Nightbot doesn't like caps. And I might be able to turn that off in Nightbot, but I don't know how to do that yet. I'm not that Nightbot savvy. But what I love, what I think is invaluable, is that I'm getting that chat, because I am sometimes missing that people are in the room. As much as I am trying to be diligent about making sure I go over to that chat and putting it up on screen, I still sometimes miss people, and I miss questions that come in. So there's a downside, and there's the good. There's the good and the bad of the Nightbot. But, when it's a free tool, it's not like I can get my money back, right? Now, I do want to say Happy President's Day for those of you living in the United States. And by President's Day, we mean Barack Obama. Well, I guess Abe Lincoln did a couple good things. And then, Washington cut down that cherry tree. And so what would we have done without that, cherry pie, right? So yeah, this is a day that I know you guys are not barbecuing. I know that you're not like out doing a day of service. And you're just hanging out like, hey, we don't have to go to work today. Woo, woo. So yeah. All right, but I did want to acknowledge the presidents that we are supposed to be celebrating today, and I wanted to throw Barack Obama in there because we just miss him, don't we? And along with that fuzzy piece of hair there. Okay, all right, so now, there was a feature of Patreon. It was a family day in Canada last week, a different part of the country, I know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Canada. It's still winter there, Rick. Yeah, well, actually, it snowed here in Philadelphia. It snowed over the weekend. It snowed on Saturday evening, but by Sunday morning, it was all gone. So it was like, yay. And right now, it's fairly warm. Let me see what the temperature is here. Well, it didn't tell me on the home screen, so I'm not going to fuss with it. I do need to open this up, though, to show you the second app. Maybe I'll show you the second app first, because that second app is a humdinger. And there is a new app. Well, it's relatively new. It's just making the rounds amongst us live streamers and podcasters, called Vaudle. Vaudle, and I want to share that with you today. So for that, I need to do, it's an iOS only app before folks start fussing at me. It's iOS only. And don't ask me why all of a sudden all these iOS only apps are coming out, but that's just how it is right now. So here's the app. First of all, it's the most peculiar looking icon. There's the one with the lips, the mouth. And I think it started off as an app for musicians and singers. And so hence Vaudle. So let me go to the home screen. So on the Vaudle app, you can record audio. So a lot of the folks at Anchor are starting to use this app. However, it is not a podcast app. Doesn't set up a podcast for you, but you can use the files and the recordings that you make on Vaudle, and then extract them somehow, which I would have to show you how to do that because it's not a native thing that you do on the platform. And, you can upload them later on to a podcast, but it's a social app. And so what it lets you do is record your audio. You can get up to 3 minutes of recording time. Then you can tag people within the app, let them know to come over and listen. But you can also upload. See the upload there? And I found out that even though it says iCloud, which I don't use, I'm also able to go into my Dropbox or my Google Drive to upload. And when you do the upload, let me see, I got to get out of here now. When you do the upload, you get longer than 3 minutes. Okay, so here's what's really cool about this app and what makes it different from all the others. You can get tips. You can actually give people a tip, or people can give you a tip. So for example, let me see someone here that I have not given a tip yet that I would like to give a tip so I can show you how it works. Let's see who's left me some messages and so. All right. People are coming in and liking my content. Blake Carroll, I'm not sure who that is. So I'm just going to give a tip to Larry McGuire. Larry McGuire is someone that I know from Anchor. All right. So you'll see that there's going to be 3 choices of how much money I can give him. And this reminds me of Busker. You can load money onto the app. So I've already loaded $20 on there. All right. But there's not a lot of people on here, and I've only been on it for 24 hours. Okay. So there's not a lot of content that I've been able to consume to see if it was worthy of giving someone a tip. So Larry McGuire, he's from Ireland. He's a marketer. He's writing a book. He's self-publishing, and he's doing membership sites and all that. And so I consume his content over on Anchor. So even though I haven't even listened to what he's done here, I already would have wanted to give him some money anyway. So I get a choice. I could give him 33 cents. 99 cents, which is a cookie. 33 cents is a flower. 99 cents is a cookie. Or I could buy him a cup of coffee for $2.99. Now, just know that anytime you're doing any of this tipping on the iOS platform, that Apple, and I guess this is why they take a bite out of that apple, they take 30%. Yeah, that's a lot to me. 30%. I guess for the privilege of using the iPhone, maybe. I don't know. So if you send somebody 33 cents, in the end, they only get 20 cents because the app takes 10%, which I think is kind of hefty as well, but they're new. So 10%, they're probably really struggling. They're probably not making that much money at all from just taking the 10%, okay? Because the app is really small right now. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and give him a cup of coffee. And I could give him a larger amount. So I'll give him a cup of coffee, and then I'll donate to him. and then he'll see it. He'll get a notification. I'll just go over to my profile here, and I think it's under my settings. Oh, yeah, in my settings, you can see with just me just being on the app for 24 hours, I've earned $1.19, which I think is pretty good since I only really have like 4 people following me. However, I do see that my content that I'm posting is getting listens. So this one says that I got 37 listens. This one got 59. Now, I know this one here about finding your RSS feed on Anchor. I know this is getting a lot more listens because my friend Unity Eagle let me know that it's showing up in the popular tab. So here it is right here. So just that quick, I came onto the app and got popular. You know, because like I said, it's a very small ecosystem. But I thought it was a cute app. And because you can do audio content there, I definitely thought that it was something that you guys would be interested in, you know, exploring. People can ask you questions, which is another nice feature. So, and you can reply to someone via audio as well. So that's really cool. So let's just say, oh, and there's a lot of songwriters and singers on here because I believe that it started as a music app. So that makes sense, right? So you'll see a lot of folks here have written songs. That's a big category, is music. The next category is pop culture, then science and tech, then wellness and advice, and comedy, which could be funny. Who knows? I don't know yet because I didn't get a chance. Travel and world, and then business. Oh, and then there's also art and fashion. And then they just have a people section. And I'm not sure how you get into the people section. I haven't been there long enough for that. But hey, another app that let me also show you what it looks like. See if I can find that in my history. Let me take myself off a screen because I know I look really silly when I'm looking for stuff. Let me see if I can find in my history. I shared it earlier this morning, but you guys know I'm up at the crack of dawn. Where I could share what I did in a tweet. That's not it. And then that kind of teases people to come onto the app. So bear with me for a second. If anything, I will probably just have to go over to my Twitter and see if I can figure out where I tweeted it. And so, like I said, people can just take a listen to some of what you put out there. And here we go. I found it. All right, let's go to the other screen share. So this is what it looks like if somebody's, actually clicks on your link, and if you share it on Twitter or whatever, and then when they'll see the list of the content that you put out there, but it doesn't play the full episode. This is really like an advertisement to get them to come back in. Now, for the questions, which I don't think anyone's asked me a question yet. Or I'm not sure if this is going to show my questions or their questions. For the questions, what that does is, that's just a way for you to get back into the app. What you can do there is set a price. You can set a price for your questions. So, for example, let's go back to my profile settings. Maybe that's not where you do it. It's under the settings. Okay, answering options. So if anybody wants to ask me a question, I can set it to they can ask me for free. But you guys know I do enough of answering for free all over the internet, right? Or they can pay me $2. And, it tells you here what you need to do is set a price between 50 cents and $1,000. But there's a tip: get more questions with a low price, and you can always raise your price later. Yeah, but I'm leaving it at $2 because when people ask me questions on other places, I can say, you know what? Why don't you go over to Vaudle and ask that question for $2? So here's the import of the RSS feed. And so I already imported my RSS feed for the free podcast host. So that's why I have so much content over there, even though I just started the app yesterday. So that's where those episodes are coming from. And, to be honest with you, because I saw that there was 36 listens kind of across the board and all the things that I imported, I'm thinking there's like 36 bots that they have over there that quickly came over, because it was like, how did 36 coincidentally listen to all those? But the one that has the most, which is the one that has the 59 listens, that's the one that got on the popular section. That one was probably real people. In fact, I know it was because people left me comments and they left me replies. So you can comment on a post, which is just text, or you can reply with audio, but you can attach an image. And I don't think I stressed that earlier, how I think this makes it a more interesting app than Anchor, because you're not only uploading your audio or recording your audio, but you also get to attach an image. So that gives it, to me, you can set the mood. I think getting your answers are worth more than $2. Oh, thank you, Larry. I think so too, but I wanted to start low because they recommended me start low. In fact, someone asked me a really detailed question, and I hesitate to share it here. So what I'll do is I will give it to you anonymously without telling you who that person was. And you wouldn't know. You probably wouldn't know that person anyway. It's not somebody that hangs out with us or anything like that. But this question, I'm thinking, this is like a consultation that she wants or that they want. She said, I absolutely love you and the content that you provide. That's always a winner, right? I'm a novice and I could really use your help. I'm feeling overwhelmed because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. First of all, you need to pay me to read this because I'm not even halfway through. So I'm going to skip to consolidate for you guys. Let's get to the point. I've actually been doing a station podcast on Anchor and social media. It's a lot. Yeah, it sure is. So my question to you is this. Mind you, this is 15 rows in. Can you give me honest feedback on my station? Now, I don't do station reviews on Anchor. And in fact, I did excuse me, I will give people advice, but it's not specific to your station. In other words, I can tell you, excuse me, the best ways to use the app, what I think are the best practices, but I can't be specific to everybody's station because, if I did that for free, I would just spend my whole day giving out reviews, like how Nick Nimmin and Roberto Blake and those guys just come on, and Rodney B. Hunt, they just come on and they give channel reviews. Yeah, but they're expecting you to give them a super chat. Okay? Right? I mean, you could just sit there giving people reviews on their stations all day long. Yeah, why would you not give an honest answer, right? Well, I think the word that should be there instead of honest feedback is real feedback. Like, give me a consultation, a free consultation. That's really what it boils down to. And I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, and I'm not knocking this person. She probably is very sincere of what she does and all that. But I also have things to do, and I value my time. And to just, for somebody who, first of all, we're on Anchor. Why are you messaging me on Twitter? That's the point. The beauty of Anchor, you can call into my station. But see, if you call in, that means I'm going to play your call in, right? So unless you say it's private. But you waste this time typing out this whole thing. Now I got to come over here and read it. I don't even like reading Twitter DMs. And I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to dump on you guys. I'm just saying to you, this is the reason why I set at least $2. So if you're going to ask for all this, because now I did give her a reasonable response, and I told her, first of all, Anchor is not a place to use for business. People don't come to Anchor like looking for business opportunities. All right. So that was my advice to her. Concentrate on Twitter or Facebook. No, she comes back again and asks another question. So see, now I'm fed up. Look, her name, here's my advice. Her name is Nicole Purvey, and you can do a discovery call with her. How much is your budget? That's my daughter. Nicole Purvey is my daughter. And like I said, I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm just saying that people have to respect the fact that when you're struggling and you're trying to understand a platform, or you're really what this person is doing, they're struggling with their business and they need help. And they say, she's a helpful person. Let me ask her. But that's not the kind of help I give, for one thing. Okay, I'm more of an apps and tips person. I'm not like I can help you put together a whole business plan person. That's what Nicole Purvey does. So I stay in my lane. I can show you how to use an app. Like I'm showing you guys how to use Vaudle. Right? So does that make sense? So anyway, but like I said, I'm not knocking the person, because hey, it don't hurt to ask anybody. You just never know what kind of answers you're going to get. It's better to ask in person. You may have better luck getting some kind of impromptu consultation, perhaps in person at a meetup or an event or something like that, or if you have asked a person out for coffee, treat them to lunch. That happened to me once. Funny story, I don't know if I ever told you guys this. I went to a meetup at AWeber, and I met this girl. And turns out the girl lives near me. So when it was time to go home, I heard that she was going to catch the bus. And I'm like, no, I'll drop you off. Right. So we got to know each other a little bit better because we had a car ride together. So she messaged me or emailed me, and she said, my aunt wants to start using social media. And so is it okay if I put you guys in touch? And I said, sure, no problem, because she wants to know about social media. I'm your girl, right? Here, come to find out, the woman and I already knew each other, because when I went to the hair salon, I walk in and the girl says, Miss Ileane. I'm calling her a girl. She's older than me. She says, I knew you looked familiar. So here her niece had been telling her about me, but she already knew me. She didn't be her niece. She goes to my hairdresser. In fact, I saw her this weekend, and we've been seeing each other. But what she did, she offered to take me to lunch. We went to the Cheesecake Factory, and we talked for about 2 hours. Had a nice lunch, and she is an Etsy. She has an Etsy shop, and she makes pocketbooks, and now she's just doing amazing. She don't need me no more. She's being featured in all these different magazines for her handmade goods, pocketbooks, purses, and all that stuff. It is great. And, and I still see her all the time. And so she was asking me about Nikki's conference. So maybe she'll come to the conference, which is amazing because she follows Nikki and she follows my niece. My niece, Nina, has something here in Philly called the Philly Cheesesteak Tour. So if you ever know anybody that comes to Philly, especially if it's in the summertime, let me know. And I'll get you the info on how they can take the cheesesteak tour. Yeah, it is a cool story. Oh, let me see if I can show you her. This woman is amazing. First of all, she looks about 30 years younger than what she is. So that in itself is so that kind of stuff, but to just DM me on Twitter about an audio app and trying to get me to, put your whole business model together is just not going to work. And I guess my best way to tell her that is I'm probably just going to say, that's probably outside of what I do. That's one tour I would like. I want to take. Yeah, but that's probably outside of what I do. But what I would suggest is that, if you have a budget, get in touch with my daughter. Because she's also promoting other people. So see, she's got a business. She's just not making any money off of it yet, probably because she hasn't given them any results. Because she really doesn't know what she's doing yet. And hey, I get that. You got to start somewhere. I remember when my daughter didn't know what she was doing in terms of, helping people with their business models and business plans. And she found out, she educated herself on how to do that, and sometimes it takes an investment of time and money and connecting with the right people in order to do that, so I don't mind trying to help somebody, but it's got to be something that can be done quickly because I can't, reorder your whole business or just come up with a whole business model for you. So, yeah. Oh, my daughter is amazing. As a matter of fact, let me give you guys a link to her YouTube channel since we're here on YouTube. And she's just getting it off the ground. She started off kind of doing a web series, but then she got into all the other aspects of her business. So now she hired a videographer. Yeah, she hired a videographer, and he's darn good. Hey, how you doing, Jeremiah, vegan entrepreneur? I don't. Can you tell me how you found out that I was live? You must have got a notification. So YouTube's notifications aren't acknowledging the fact that I made this video unlisted. So that's okay. I'm just curious how you know I was live because I didn't make an announcement anywhere. Oh, Rob, that's right. You pushed her over the 100 mark. Yay, Rob. Thank you. Yeah, and that's how she got that vanity URL because originally she didn't have it. And I was like, let's everybody subscribe to her station because I don't know how people survive with that long URL. Didn't want to. Oh, Jan, you would never be interrupting, my dear. How are you? Jan is in the house, guys. Oh my gosh, we rarely get a chance to hang out with Jan. So let me get that up on the screen. So hey, Jan, make sure you guys subscribe to Jan. I got the normal notification like, oh, that's okay. Thanks, Rob, because now I realize that was a fail. I'm not going to do it that way anymore. But I really wanted to show a little video at the beginning of this. You were in my news feed since I'm subscribed to your channel. I saw you were live. Okay, thanks, Jeremiah. Okay, and Super Dell is here. Hey, you got the notification too. Sorry for typing. That's okay. If you're on an iPhone, I definitely understand the typos anyway. Yeah, so a lot better, thank you. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're doing better, my dear, because I missed you. I appreciate you for being here. And yeah, so the video that I wanted to show, and the reason I'm using this eCam, and I probably should have just used the events on Google, but I used the eCam because I wanted to share with my patrons patrons only lens that I posted for them. And I can only do that with eCam. If I would have done that with events, they wouldn't hear what the video was. And so it was just not meant for my patrons to see that lens because I actually posted it. Super Dell said he just went over 20,000 subscribers. Congratulations. Am I still using Anchor? Yeah, I got 2 Anchor stations. I know, I'm crazy, right? Yeah, 20,000 subscribers. I knew that's what you meant. I'm not sure if I said the wrong thing. Oh, this is a good thing. Now people can get a taste of what they would get if they were a patron. Yes, Rob, I do have to hold back though. Because one of the things that I wanted to show is kind of like not something I want everybody to know because I'm kind of exposing a little something there that I didn't want everybody to see. But that's okay. I will first, let me just go over to Patreon here because I do want to show you this one thing here. Okay, so check this out. And, oh, let me see if I can turn the volume down. I'll turn the volume down. That makes it a lot better. Hold up. I want you to see that if you notice at the bottom of the screen, it says posting. And it also says up at the top of the screen, 51 hours ago. Yeah, because I posted that 2 days ago. And it's only supposed to last like 24 hours, just like Snapchat and Instagram. And it's still scrolling around saying posting. So I know that my patrons never saw this little story, which is leading up to the topic that I wanted to cover today. And I wanted to find out if they wanted to see a demo on this tool called Social Rank. So you saw it without the audio, so that still covers me. And then this is just me saying I can't believe that it didn't work. All right, so now let's get to the Social Rank. All right, hang on. Let me clear the decks here. I gotta minimize this crazy Twitter message that somebody sent me that I was telling you guys about. And let's see if I can remember where I put Social Rank. I put it on its own tab so I wouldn't share the wrong screen, for what that's worth, because I always end up sharing the wrong screen. It's okay though. That one I'm not going to worry about. Social Rank. Social Rank. Social Rank. Have anybody heard of this tool called Social Rank? I think YouTube has issues at times. Maybe not my... Oh, I know it wasn't my fault. It definitely wasn't my fault, Rob. We already established that. No, I'm just kidding. All right, while this screen is up, I just want you guys to take a look at this dashboard, because right now I got to jump up and turn my heat down. It's stifling me. Okay, so here we go. You connect your Twitter with this Social Rank, and then you can come in here. Hang on, make sure you guys can see what it's showing you here. Make it bigger. Oh yeah, Ecamm gave me also another way to zoom in. So let's do that. So I get to see who are the most valuable followers. So I got to be honest with you. This guy, Jose Bautista, I have no idea why he would be following me, because apparently he plays for the Toronto Blue Jays. And anybody who may know me will know that I don't follow baseball much. And if I did, I certainly wouldn't be a fan of the Toronto Blue Jays. So I must have said something about Toronto. I don't know why he's following me. And in fact, he's been following me for a while. So, when you get information like that from an app, you kind of don't know what to do with it. Now, Tay Diggs, he may have followed me back because I probably followed him. He's one actor that I do. I'm not a celebrity uh, watcher, okay? But I'm not sure exactly how much information or what I can do with this kind of information. Now, had I been a fan of Jose Bautista, I could have been like jumping for joy. I would have made sure I followed him back. I could have tweeted about the fact, like, oh my God, can you guys believe that he's following me? But he doesn't know me. He's either using a tool, he's got some social media manager that's using a tool that, you know what I mean? He don't know me. And he doesn't care about me. And that's okay. I mean, I'm not mad at him for that. Wait a minute, hold on. I think I want to go into a circle. So let me just change this. So this is one thing I love about Ecamm, that is that now I can change the picture-in-picture shape. So I can go into a circle. So let's go back into that now. Yeah. And I can make it smaller. Okay. So what I do, I want to be on the other side. So what I do like is now I can change this. I don't have to look at most valuable because I don't think that's doing much. Maybe valuable in some other sense, but not for me. How about most engaged? Now we're talking. Now, this is kind of unfair. Number one, most engaged, which is my daughter's agency. You know, she runs a company called Better Than Success, but the original agency was called Lighter. Okay, so Lighter is still kind of like the umbrella company, but we don't really talk about Lighter that much. We all talk about Better Than Success. But this Lighter, the reason why Lighter is my number one engaged is because I'm doing the Twitter for Lighter. And so, yeah, I tweet my own stuff over there on the Lighter account. So that's really super funny that I am my most engaged user. Wait, I couldn't see the chat for a second. All right, so let me move things back over now. The only person I know on that list is you. Okay, haha, that's awesome. Yeah, he is great. Go Phillies. Yeah, the Phillies, but you got to put PH. Rob, you're spelling it wrong, honey. It's Phillies, not with the Y. Okay. So, Larry, I would say no, it's not like Clout because Clout assigns scores. And they may assign scores, but those scores are behind the scenes. They're kind of hidden. So, like, I don't know. When we get to a different sort view, you'll see what I mean. Okay. And I honestly, I don't really know how this tool works. I don't know the back end of it. I just know what everybody else sees here. So that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. So now this number two most engaged user, definitely someone who's important to me. This is Mitt Ray, who is one of my guest bloggers. In fact, I think my latest guest post, or maybe the one prior, was written by Mitt Ray. Okay, Social Alert, another guest blogger who has a company. So these are the company accounts for my guest bloggers. Great to know that the guest bloggers are promoting their content that they have on my blog. Okay, so that's why they're so engaged with me, because they're promoting their guest posts. So that's fantastic. Lisa is one of, Lisa Pat B is one of my good buddies, my blogging buddies. So I'm not surprised. And she's a very engaging person. So none of that surprises me. So all this is good to know. Jeff C., of course, you guys know he works for Social Media Examiner. So amazing that he is one of my top engagers. And Ian Anderson Gray, he's a speaker and also social media marketing world alum, as well as Denise Wakeman, and then Irish. Now, Irish, I didn't mean to skip over these folks. Irish is someone that I met through Triber. So that lets me know that Triber is working, right? Better Than Success. This is, once again, my daughter. And this is my other Twitter account. So it's good to know that I'm doing a good job of promoting myself. Now, Viral Mom is an account run by Ann Smarty, Larry. Does that ring a bell? Ann Smarty runs this account, Viral Mom Tweets. That's just one of her many accounts. Adil is someone who's in my Facebook group. He's a great blogger, someone who I definitely have a lot of respect for with his blogging. He's from Pakistan. So, and then Andrea, one of my patrons, hey, and then Nick. Okay, this is my friend David. He's got 2 personas. So I know who all these people are. So far, so good. This person right here, I do not know. So it's a submit site. So it's probably a site that's similar to the other tools I already use. So I probably am not going to follow this person, because the last thing that I need is another tool that is like the 4 or 5 of them that I already have. However, if I was looking for this kind of tool, I would. Now, Donna, I got to give Donna a shout out. She and I have been chatting a lot lately, and so definitely want to give Donna Merrill, and she's definitely somebody I recommend everybody follow. Steve is somebody I met through Viral Content Buzz. Andy, former guest blogger. Sarah, so I know all these people. So Andrea and Michelle, patrons. So, okay, so great. So that just gives you guys an idea of what those lists are like. And so now I could go in here and put in filters. If I wanted to filter by hashtags and bio keywords, number of followers, follower ratios. Wait a minute, let me see if I can make that. I zoomed in too much, so I guess that's just saying it's new. If I wanted to filter by followers / following ratio, let me say that again. If I wanted to filter this list by followers / following ratio, which I think is a good idea. That's why I'm bothering to say it again. It's a good idea because, sometimes when a person is following a lot of people and they don't have that many followers, you kind of know that they've got things on automation, because people don't just sit down and just go follow. They got a tool that's doing their following. And so, they probably have a tool that's doing their tweeting. So it just all depends. It depends upon if you care about that or not. I do. So I probably would use that filter if I was to use this tool that way. Now, location, this would be a great one for somebody who's only doing location-based things. Okay? So it's great that they have that in here, because I did hear that question. In fact, someone asked a question about this tool. Let me come back on cam, guys, and plus see what you guys are saying in the chat. I am on cam. Someone asked about this tool, and doesn't Twitter have its own built-in analytics? Yes, it does, but it doesn't let you do any of this. And Twitter only shows you select information that they want to show you. It doesn't let you sort and slice and dice and change any of the criteria. We could take a quick look at Twitter analytics just so you can see the difference. In fact, Twitter analytics could be greatly improved, and that's something that Twitter definitely needs to work on. It gives you a nice overview, but it does not provide enough detail, for sure. You go into your Twitter analytics and it gives you what your tweet highlights are, like what was your top tweet, your top mention, over 30-day period, your top follower. And, honestly, almost all my tweets have media attached to them, unless I'm just having a conversation with someone. So I haven't figured out what the difference between the top tweet and the top media tweet. I don't know, because you see they both have media, right? So why this one only has 1,000 impressions and this one has 3,000 impressions? So I don't get it. I don't understand that. If anybody knows that, all right. Let's go to the comments here, because a couple of these comments. Hey, Mr. Rodney. I'm on a live stream, but if you want to come say hi to the people, come on over. I'll be back. Okay. All right. So I knew he was going to say that, y'all. He made me lose track of what I was getting ready to show y'all. I wanted to bring up the comments, and then I just realized that they were behind me all along anyway. So yeah. Larry, when you said kinda, I don't remember what that relates to. You already don't follow Submit Site? No, I don't. I guess that was a joke. Nope, I don't follow them. Are you on the free version of Social Rank? Absolutely. I honestly, me looking at this Social Rank with you guys is the first time I've looked at it in 2 years. So I don't actively use this tool. I do know it gives you more information than you can get from Twitter. Okay, so just for the record, to get that out there. This is not a tool I use often. However, if I was trying to build my Twitter, but I'm perfectly happy with 16,000 followers. I don't feel the need to like go for 100,000. But if I was really trying to build my Twitter, like I have that new account, Free Podcast Host, I only got like 60 some followers over there. If I really wanted to just sit back and just build that Twitter, I would think about using a tool like this. Although it's not going to give me that much information because I don't have that many followers. I probably could do it all by hand. When you only got 60 some followers, you can look at on Twitter. But I would think about investing in a tool, like a social quant, or people talk about social oomph. And basically, I get kind of frustrated with those kinds of tools because really all they do is they look for people who are tweeting about a topic or tweeting a certain hashtag or they live in a certain area, whatever the criteria is that you set up. You're doing a bunch of following and hoping that those people follow you back. And then if they don't follow you back, you unfollow. They all work the same way. There's different levels of how much they may do that, but it's basically all the same thing. So, because I use the hashtag podcasting, I get podcasters following me almost every day. And maybe they actually looked at my tweet. Maybe if you figure if I got 5 podcasters, I shouldn't say every day, every week. Let's say I got 1 a day, right? So that would be 7. So I got 7 podcasters or podcasting tools following me during the course of the week. Probably only 1 of them actually looked at any of my tweets or engaged with my tweets. The rest of them are all on set it and forget it tools that follow everybody that tweets hashtag podcasting. I'm not all that impressed by that. And maybe because I have 16,000. If I didn't, then I probably would be more impressed. Okay, now, I'm glad you brought up Instagram, Rob, because that is what is kind of new about this tool. Relatively new. I don't know how long it's been that way, but let me bring it back up. Is that they now include Instagram. That's what's new about this. Oh, like I said, relatively new about Social Rank. Yes, right. Oh, yeah, your watches and stuff was there. Why don't you just pop over and
do what you're doing, baby.
Oh, because you're making noise and you're distracting me. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, do what you're doing. I'll be out there.
So, anyway, Instagram is here now. No, I don't want to say connect another Instagram account. No, don't do that, y'all. Social Rank got a little confused, or maybe it was me, and her Instagram handle. Or it's there. Okay, there you go. Whew. Between Mr. Rodney distracting me and Social Rank not going where I wanted to go. Let's get me off the screen now. All right. So here it's a little different now when we're talking about Instagram, right? Because, you don't have those same types of things here. You do have most valuable. They're calling it the same thing. Most valuable, most engaged. I still think these are good to know. Here's my friend Lisa again popping up. And remember, I just told you that little story about how I met a girl, and she was the niece of someone. This is the girl that I met. And her name's Jennifer. And so that's great. She's number 5 there. So I guess I got to give a shout out to everybody here. Eddie's doing a great job on his YouTube channel. Lisa actually works for one of those social media tools, which I can't remember which one it is right now, but it's not one that I use. But I was glad to know that she's working for them now, because I think that was a plus for them in my book, to know that she works for them. Jay's great. He's got a great YouTube channel. And then there's Lisa again, and Jennifer, and then Guy Cook. Yay! And then Whitney is someone who I met in person, who she lives here in Philly. And then there she is, the darling of Instagram, Nicole Purvey, founder of Better Than Success and the Entrepreneurs and Leaders Conference and the Anti-Hustle book. Woohoo! She's hot. I'm definitely following her. So let's see. Let me get back on cam and see what you guys are saying. Are you laughing at me? Laughing at Mr. Rodney? Where's the chat? I hit it. Oh, okay. Here it is. All right. So I added Instagram and Twitter. Hope, do you go back and forth between the two? When you say, do I go back and forth? Well, I just did, but you saw how clunky that was. So that was my first time. This is my first time going into the Instagram one. I have looked at the Twitter before. I connected Instagram prior to this live stream, but I had not looked at it until just now. Okay, yeah, I connected it 2 days ago. And in fact, let me refresh it and see if it gets... Okay, because I should have showed you guys where it says click to refresh. Hold up. See, it's refreshing now. So it should be the same. So, and I think I like the most engaged better. But let's see, what does best followers mean? Oh, now there's Nicole showing up there. Let's see if we hover over that little thing, the most valuable profiles that have engaged with you. So you could be following a valuable profile, or you could have a valuable profile following you, but if they haven't engaged with you, then they would not be your best follower. Very interesting. Now, when I look at my best followers, all of the top 5 are local people. And I would not have guessed that. I probably would have guessed that Nicole was up here, and especially on Instagram, because that's her platform of choice. You know, between Instagram and Facebook, this is where I find her. Okay. And Whitney, I would not have thought that. Maybe she's growing her account a lot. Yeah. Whitney surprised to me that she has 11,000 followers. I probably will start engaging with her more. She does fashion, which is one reason why I don't engage with her as much, because I don't really talk about fashion. Now, Nina is my niece. So, which I was just telling you guys about, the Philly cheesesteak tour. Okay? And there's that link there. Matter of fact, real quick, let's just pop over and look at the Philly cheesesteak tour so you guys will remember whenever you're in Philadelphia, the look of the Philly cheesesteak tour. But she only does it in the summer because she's actually a school teacher. Kamari is a friend of the family. And, you know, in fact, I know him through Nina's brother, my nephew. And he's also a podcaster. And he's a finance guy. All right, so... Yep. So you guys got quiet over there in the chat. What's going on there? You still with me? Give me a yes, I'm still here, Miss Ileane. So, because I wanted to know, you know, if you thought that you might find something valuable, or if there was something that you wanted me to show you from this tool. It could be something that I didn't go into that you guys want to see. This, now that I refreshed this, has changed up a little bit. So, let's see if it refresh. Let me refresh the Twitter and see if that. And, it's interesting how last refreshed 3 days ago. So let's refresh it again. No, that guy. Oh no, it says my account will be updated shortly. Now it probably takes longer because, like I said, 16,000 followers. So, guys, is there anything? What's going on? Everybody went away to go look at their social rank. What's the deal? Guys got quiet on me. Oh, good. Jan is still there. Okay, Jan. Jan, what social network are you using? Are you using any right now? I know you probably were pretty much off the grid for a bit, and I know you use Facebook because apparently you got notifications over on Facebook. I see the stream, but if it's patron only, yeah. Thanks, Alfredo, for letting me know. But we already discovered that YouTube didn't make it unlisted, even though I told it to make it unlisted. So that was a fail on YouTube's part. And so that's okay. I just carried on, and whoever is here will see it, and then at the end, I will keep it probably as unlisted for patrons only. Yeah, YouTube send out the notifications even though I said it was unlisted. So, what are you gonna do? I can't get my money back from YouTube because I clearly made it unlisted. And yeah. So, anybody else have any other questions? So you want you guys ready to shut down the live stream, or what's the deal here? Because you guys got so quiet trying to start up YouTube and a podcast, but battling a bit with health at the moment. Okay, Jan. Well, taking care of yourself and your health is way more important than any of this social media stuff we got going on here. So you're doing the right thing. Yeah. Well, with podcasting will probably be easier for you as long as you don't spend much time on the editing piece of it. So so just keeping my toe in the water. Okay, yeah, keep that toe in the water, keep it wet. Good idea, Jan. Yeah, because for me, for podcasting, in order to make it so that it doesn't take that much time, because for me, podcasting takes more time than YouTube, the way I do YouTube, because I don't really edit my videos for the most part. Most of them are live streams anyway. So I'm not on any of your social rank lists. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, Larry. I didn't go through all of them. I went through, I could go to chronological and see if you're on there. Let's do that. And, no, I guess you didn't like any of my tweets today, honey. I know, I realize I'm not screen sharing, but I will. Because I didn't even realize I could do chronological. But you can. And no Larry. Let's see what else we have here. We already went through most engaged. We already went through. Well, we know most followed is going to just give me people who have these humongous followings, like Hootsuite. Who knew? Who knew that Hootsuite was even following me? They have 8 million followers, so you're not going to show up on that list. It's okay, really. Now, if I let me see, following. Let's see, if I went into one of the filters, Larry, then you probably would show up there. And you know what I probably need to do? I need to set up a patron only Twitter list, which I don't have. And that's because I'm mostly communicating with you guys over on Facebook, with as far as oh, wait, there you go. I only had to go down one more level, Larry. There you are under most engaged. You're number 11. So let me tell you who you need to try to beat here, because you need to try to knock out Sarah. You can't. It's almost going to be impossible for you to beat Better Than Success. And you know why. I told you guys why a minute ago. Now, reach one social media. This is someone who I really don't know who that person is. I don't know who's behind that account. So I need to find that out. And Jen is someone that I know who she is, but I can't really say that I know what she does. And I could look at her bio. It says a little bit of everything and a whole lot of coffee. So that doesn't tell me anything. I think it's cute, it's witty, but it doesn't tell me what she does for real. So I guess I would have to go over to her website, and Lord knows I don't have time for that. Yeah. No, you're not a filtered list, Larry. You're on page 2. You're number 11. So you weren't filtered. I went to page 2. And so you're number 11 under most engaged. I wasn't filtering. I was just using most engaged. Okay? So let's see if I go on best followers. Let's see if you're number 2 on that. Oh, sorry, Larry. I don't see you under best either. Let me go back to page 1 under best. This person right here, I'm not familiar with. So I'm not sure how he got to be up on the best. So I see this does indicate there's a couple accounts that I need to check out. So I need to check out Mark Brandon Allen and find out what he does and find out if I need to be more into him. Okay. And then reach one social media. Now, Gail Gardner, I've been knowing her for ages. I think she's one of the first bloggers that I ever really engaged with. So, and I think we all know Justin Brown. I met him in person also at Social Media Marketing World. He's got an amazing YouTube channel as well. Ashley Fawkes is someone who has been a guest author on the blog as well. So, and then Dustin, well, speaking of Social Media Marketing World, he's actually one of the ones who was, he wasn't moderating. He was doing the introductions. So the very first session that I went to, he was, moderating that. And then he's got this tool that he's working on. So I'm in a little Slack group with him over there. So I met him over on Google Plus, but we're Twitter buddies. Now, Podbean, I've been talking about them a lot on Free Podcast Host. And so they've also been engaging with me on my main account. So, yeah. Yeah, so sometimes what I will tend to do is just have conversations with people. Because I do a lot of Twitter automation. I really do. And sometimes I kind of feel guilty about that. Because Twitter is really my number one platform, believe it or not. As far as social. Now, okay, I can say I love YouTube. And I spend more time on YouTube, that's for sure, than I do any social network. Especially when you're doing an hour plus live stream. I spend more time on YouTube. But I send out in terms of numbers of things, Twitter, right? I send out multiple tweets on multiple accounts all day long, every day. So sometimes I just have to go out of my way to just go and engage and just talk to people, even if it's not a long drawn out conversation. It's just, rather than just saying thanks or liking it, I will actually go and say thank you. How are you? What's going on? Or if there's a conversation, I have a couple of people that will converse with me, and I have to make sure that I'm on it when they, start conversing with me, because it's like, you better answer to that person because they're conversing with you now. They're not just looking at your automated tweets. So, Dustin on social work. No, it's the same Dustin. Hey, Nick, what's up, Nick? Yes. I'm sorry, Nick. I'm just seeing your questions. Thank you, Larry, for filling in the info. And, it's called Social Rank. And so Nick Nimmin is in the house, everybody. And, Reach is automated, I think. On Twitter, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but that was a couple minutes ago when you said that. So yeah, Social Rank. And Dustin Stout he doesn't own Social Warfare, but yes, he works for the company that owns Social Warfare. That's the same Dustin. And Dustin is also the person who you go to, his blog, when it's time for us to update, or when the social media platforms roll out their updates to their sizes, when Facebook changes the size of the banner, you go to Dustin TV or Dustin Stout TV. Oh my gosh, just about missed this. Hey everyone. Yeah, you did just about miss it, Tish. What's happening, hashtagologist? Yeah. So Dustin keeps up with all of those things because of social warfare. Now, I guess he's really obligated to make sure that he has all the optimal social media sizes. And so he usually will update that blog post every time. I think the last major change that was made was Facebook changed the size of the group banner. And I was like, why are they messing with the group banner? But they did. And so I think that was probably the last time he updated it. But, there's an optimal size for a tweet, and there's an optimal size for Pinterest. And that one changed within the last year. But I'm still using the old one because Pinterest is not as, I'm not as into Pinterest as I was about a year ago. They keep changing the rules of the game over there. So, yep. So, oh, hey, Katie, how are you, my dear? Thanks for coming. And if everybody doesn't know each other, please take a moment to click on those 3 dots there and subscribe to each other's channels. I mean, I know that most of you guys already are connected, but just in case, because even though this was supposed to be patrons only, we know that YouTube didn't want to keep the video unlisted. And it's okay. So click on those 3 dots and go to channel and go over to each other's channels and connect with one another and so forth. And Tish, I got a little error on yours, but that could be YouTube. Oh no, it came up. It's okay now. That was YouTube. Probably because the video is supposed to be unlisted. So before I go, I do want to talk to you guys about the Entrepreneurs and Leaders Conference, which I am just so ecstatic and so, I don't know what else to say, just overwhelmed with pride that my daughter is putting on this conference and bringing this information to Philadelphia, March the 16th and 17th. It previously was going to be at the Hilton Hotel, but it is now moved to the Pennsylvania Convention Center, which is kind of like a big deal. You kind of don't get any better venue than that in Philadelphia, to be honest with you. And so here's just a snippet of some of the folks that are going to be speaking. She's got 37 speakers, and this councilwoman, Blondell Reynolds Brown, and just so many people. I'm not going to name all the names, but this young lady right here, I definitely want to mention Sonia, the student loan doctor. She was on TV this weekend. She's been featured on Steve Harvey. Her business is just blowing up because it's such a needed service that she's doing, which is helping people with their student loans and all of that. And then this person here, Ash, was someone that she just added recently because she's going to do her podcast interview with him at the close of the event. And, there's just a host of speakers. Oh, there's this Miss Ileane girl. And so it's not just real estate. It's not just brick and mortar businesses. We got everything from photographers and philanthropists and, just all kinds of people speaking and so I'm super proud of her. And this event is going to be 2 days. And there's a black tie event on Friday night because it's Friday and a Saturday. March the 16th is a Friday and the 17th is Saturday. So on the eve of the 16th is a black tie event. And I'm not sure where that black tie event is going to be, but I'll find out and let you guys know. Definitely will keep you guys posted on that. So, I'm actually going to be moderating a panel, a social media panel, which I'm really pleased, because she said to me, don't you want to speak? And it's like, it's not that I don't want to speak, but something that I've never done before was to moderate a panel. So I've already done speaking and everybody knows that I can talk. So let me exercise my panel moderation skills. Got any tips? Anybody got any tips on moderating panels? Getting the questions together for this panel? It's a social media panel. And if I can get the name of that panel, I'm going to be asking you guys for, here's the agenda. It's posted already. Good. So I can tell you what this panel is going to be about. Okay, hang on. Let me get that up. All right. So here, I'll zoom in. So here is the panel. The best social media marketing strategies to become an influencer with a large following. Woohoo! So it's going to be Lauren Miller, Ricky Codio, Kat Washington, and Rashad Lambert. Those are the people that will be on the panel. So super excited about that. I'm thinking of bring a gavel and a timer, Larry said. So cool. So those are your tips, Larry. Bring a gavel. Wait a minute. I got to put that up on screen. You guys did come up with some tips for me. All right, great. And yeah. I know that one of the things that I'm going to be asking is about, their favorite platforms. And, of course, I'm going to ask them to share some tips and some of the things that they've done to grow that platform. But I also would like to find out from them is like why they chose that platform. In fact, Larry and I were having that conversation this weekend. And you know what, Larry? That conversation you and I had this weekend about the platforms that you use and everything for your social media and to do business on social media, that has been ringing in my head all weekend. And I've been thinking of all kinds of examples of people that are in platforms that you probably wouldn't think that they were in. But then I'm like, Larry's right, but still I'm right too. some can go on, and you've got to steer the convo to keep on topic. Okay, gotcha, Larry. All right, about the gavel. And the timer is to make sure that I keep people quiet. Yeah, I think I already know who the talkers are going to be. The ones that look like they're quiet, those are the ones that you probably need to say, oh, okay, well, let me just move on and make sure I hear from so and so. So I did. That's my plan. My plan is when I have that person that goes on and on, instead of me interrupting them for me to say something, I will interrupt them to say, I want to make sure that we hear from so and so. Does that make sense? Does that sound diplomatic? Like, shut up so I can ask the next question. No, I'm never going to do it that way. I will always interrupt them to say, well, wait. Good point. But let's hear what, I don't know who I think is going to be the quiet one, has to say about that. Does that sound like a plan? Then it doesn't seem like Nikki's mom thinks she's coming here and taking things over. And that's one reason why I didn't want to speak. Because I didn't want everybody thinking, oh, that's Nikki's mom. No, I want to have a panel in this way. It's like, no, I'm not the expert here. I want to highlight you guys. Because, even though I do have leadership roles, I just think it's more important for me to focus on them. Because, I know the audience is going to be a lot of millennials. Ask the next question to a specific person that hasn't been heard. Yes, that's another way to do it, Larry, too. Yes. That's why I got to have extra questions, like in the cut. And I don't even know how many questions. I think my daughter thinks that I'm going to just do everything. She doesn't need to go over this with me. But it's kind of soon for me to tell because right now she's in the Bahamas. So we haven't really talked about what questions I'm going to ask and all that. But she's getting her little fun in the sun before it's time to really knuckle down. And you know what? She deserves it because she's put all this stuff together. All the wheels are already in motion for her with this event. So she needs to go clear her head. And, she went away and, I tell you, that girl's something else. You sometimes you think you know what you would ask. And then I just have this fear that like, wow, I hate to not ask the right question. And then later on be saying to myself, darn it, I should have asked this, or darn it, I should have asked that. So for those of you who have never seen the little lovely, let me show you what she looks like when she's on the beach in Nassau. So there she is, my baby girl. And she's... I guess she probably went bathing suit shopping right before. I could tell you right now, that little pose is something that my niece showed her because my niece is a model. Yeah, she does the cheesesteak tour. She still models and she's a teacher. But when I see that little one leg up, I always think about my niece. So guys, just to recap real quick, I don't think I'm going to rely too much on using Patron Lens. And I like it. I like the fact that I can just have stories that are just for you guys. But what I may do instead, since the app failed on me, and here I am thinking, why hasn't anybody responded to my question? Did they want to learn about social rank? Because you guys didn't even see it. Because it's still sitting there saying loading. Like what? From Saturday? And it's Monday and it's still loading? And then the one that I posted to say, I can't believe it didn't post, that one posted, but the other ones are still loading. And it's not like I was in a weak area of connection or whatever. I was right here at this computer. So, anyway, all these apps are always buggy though. I recorded something on that app, Vaudle, I was telling you guys about. I was recording something on that this morning. Failed, lost it. Don't remember half of what I said because I was talking off the dome. I wasn't using notes. And then another app. Of course, Anchor sometimes crashes. And so that didn't happen to me today though. But I've heard people, complaining about it. And I'm like, gee whiz. Oh, thanks for getting rid of that message. I missed that whole thing. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think I better step away from the computer because I've been computing and stuff all day long. So if you don't have any specific questions, well, before I go, let me show Tish the social rank really quickly. Just really quickly so you can see it, Tish, because you came in late and I just want you to see what the site looks like. Oh, hey, Stacy, how are you, dear? Okay, let me just get the screen share up. We're getting ready to close things out, Stacy, but I do appreciate you for being here, my dear. And so that's what it looks like. Let me just get it just so it's just looking at the one thing instead of the chat as well. And, you can sort it by most valuable and you hover over these little question marks to see what that means. Then most engaged. And I, earlier when we were talking, guys, I don't think I gave Denise Wakeman a shout out. Not only is she like one of the first bloggers ever, I also met her in person in the social media marketing world. She's amazing. And she's got the verified check mark. So most engaged and then best followers. And it tells you what that means as well. And this guy, Sam Hurley, he's pretty incredible. He was featured in a guest post that Lisa Pat B did on my blog. And he is a super engager. If you guys are not connected with him, this is one person I would definitely tell you, go connect with Sam Hurley. He's the king of the emojis and just an all around nice night. Like he brings positive energy with him when he shows up in your feed. He's amazing. And then you can sort by most followers there. And I did not know that Hootsuite was following me. WordPress.com follows me. Boy, we didn't scroll down on this page. These other folks I probably am not interested in. Little B, the Base D God. I don't have no idea what that means. I guess he's verified, so I guess he's a musician. First rapper to ever write and publish a book at 19. Okay. Good for you, hon. And who is this Marquise? Creator of cryptocurrency, member? He's an investor. So I'm not sure if he's one of the folks that came he probably saw me tweeting about cryptocurrency because of Nicole's class that we had. And I think Tish is the only one that got a chance to see that over on Twitch when I live stream. Tish, you also can connect Instagram and see the same type of information. And I didn't mention that Social Media Examiner was my most valuable follower over there. And Kim Garst, this hip hop since 1987. This is somebody who I gave advice to way back in the day. Somebody that Nikki knew from college. And his accounts are just blowing up. And then here's Syed Balki. Love, love, love Syed. Such a nice guy. And he owns Opt-in Monster and WP Beginner and List 25 and award-winning entrepreneur, recognized and honored by the United Nations, featured in Forbes, Inc., etc. 400 million people visit his website. Absolutely, he is amazing. Brandon Schaefer here is another local person that I like connecting with. So yeah. Cool tool. It's a cool tool. I don't spend that much time on it, but I think it's good to just come in here every so often and see what you can find out, what you may be missing, who you may be, like who you can engage with. Like I know when I go over to Twitter, these are the people that I'm going to look for to actually have conversation with. So I don't spend a lot of time having conversation with somebody who's just trying to pick my brain, which I don't like when people say that anyway. Don't pick my brain. I want my brain to stay like nice and intact. Unless you're one of my patrons, y'all can pick my brain. All the brain picking you want. I should add that as a perk over on Patreon. Brain picking for days. All right, you guys. I will definitely make sure that this is a patron only video and that it is unlisted and that it doesn't go out into the feed because it was for you guys. So appreciate you guys, and everybody have a great President's Day. Bye for now.